Whilst Chelsea may be embarrassed on the pitch, off the pitch we've got two players queuing up to come into Chelsea. Literally, one of them is the wonder kid that is begging for Chelsea to sign him, and the other one is all but confirming, look, if you want me, I'll walk. I don't want to stay at Ajax. But we've got big issues, and Graham Potter, the harsh truth is, I'm going to give it to you. And you better listen because it's very, very simple. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. I am a lot calmer today. If you didn't watch my review yesterday, you most probably missed out on a great show. It's there, go back and watch it after the video is done. I kind of lost my cool. I got very annoyed, I was very angry, and Chelsea does that to you a lot these days. Especially, I'm not gonna lie to you, since Antonio Conte's first year. This team is notorious for bottling big occasions. This team is notorious for showing up one week and not showing up the other. But today we are gonna talk about how Graham Potter, this 5-year contract that he has, does not guarantee him the duration. He needs to step up and give us evidence of why we should back him. Why the Chelsea fans should gather together all with one cause. By no means am I saying I am Potter out. I am not. I think Potter deserves to get time. But with time comes expectation. With Chelsea job, there's an expectation. So we're going to discuss it. We're going to break it down. Arsen Zakharyan and Alvarez, both players are actively doing whatever it takes to come to Chelsea. So all I ask from all of you lot now is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and in the pinned comment is my Instagram. During the game, I started a new thing where I literally just chat to the subscribers. Like, I'll be sending voice notes as if we're all chilling together. So follow me on Instagram, hit me up in a DM while we're watching the games, and yeah, it's a great way to build a community. Let me know. Let's start with the stupid stuff first, and the stupid stuff is yesterday's result. Yesterday's result was coming, and I think if anyone wants to say it wasn't, you're either one, deluded, or two, you are actively just protecting the manager, because if you don't think the result yesterday was coming, I don't know where you've been looking, right? Because look at the facts, the concrete facts. We've won 60% of the games that Potter's been here for. Then you start looking at the XG. We've been scheduled basically to lose these games because we were worse than Villa. We were worse than Brentford. We were definitely worse than Brighton. Let's not beat around the bush. Manchester United should have beaten us, and Palace should have got a draw. Now, when you look at those games, we lost one of them. It is miraculous how we were collecting points. It was miraculous how we were getting away with it. We had Kepa looking like prime Buffon and Casillas merged together to make Neuer. Literally, that's how much we were getting protected. Yet, people are going to come to me, Alex, you were harsh yesterday. What was I harsh about? I want to ask you, what was I harsh about? The fact that the players didn't step up? The fact that Potter set them up to fail? The fact that the players actively, once again, were hung out to dry, and he made a mistake from his team selection? I'm not saying he needs to go, but I am saying there's some things that he needs to do to get my trust. And you're gonna say, Alex, he's the Chelsea manager, he should have your trust. No, that's nonsense. It doesn't matter to me. It never has mattered to me. If I don't like the manager, I am actively going to say, I don't like the manager. And in this case, I like Graham Potter. I like the job he's done at Brighton. But that does not warrant him the right for me to give him the reins of my house. Chelsea Football Club is my house. I love the club. I do. So when someone comes and is in charge of my house, I need to know what direction they're taking this club. And reality is, and the fact of the matter is, Sarri came in, Sarri had a better track record than him, and the fans weren't patient. Frank Lampard came in, due to Frank Lampard's inexperience, I hated it, yeah? But the fans gave him time. I don't know what you were given time. There was no track record to give time. Tuchel came in, the fans weren't given time until he won the Champions League. He earned our trust. Potter needs to earn trust. You do not have the CV. You are not given the right to earn trust, earn time. You have to do well by yourself. You need to do well. You need to build me into this project. I don't want to see another 10 games where I look at it and I go, you know what? We haven't improved. You know what? This team isn't doing well. You know what? I don't see a pattern of play. I'm not saying we need to win the Champions League. I'm not saying we have to win the Carling Cup. I'm not saying we need to finish above Arsenal. I'm genuinely saying top 4 is the bare minimum, and I need to see some sort of style of play. What I don't need to see is wingers in right wing back positions exploiting our 3 centre halves, no protection in the midfield, and all of a sudden, everyone's running at us going, kumbaya. This is not acceptable stuff. Literally, it's not acceptable. And we are being embarrassed. We literally went up to Brighton, we stood there, got slapped in the face again, and then they said, you know what? Let's give you a third one, 3-piece on your head top. We came out, showed a little bit of fight for 15 minutes, 3-1 down. They said, wait, you wanna start playing? We thought you were down and out. No problem, you're not gonna do nothing else. We'll just beat you on points and show you how much better than you are. Then they went and knocked us out 4-1, humiliated us. Potter needs to earn the fans' trust. This is not a handout. This is Chelsea FC. There are standards here. And that's the harsh truth. I'm not Potter out. I'm reiterating this again. I am not Potter out, but I have certain expectations I demand get met. Whilst the club on the pitch sucks, the club off the pitch is going in a positive direction, and it's actually very nice to see. We got Alvarez at Ajax coming out, basically talking for the sake of talking, because the man realized his move to Chelsea is in jeopardy. The man knew Chelsea wanted him, and he could have been the decisive piece right at this moment in time that could have saved Tuchel's job potentially. So he's come out and said, look, if I can move and leave club and potentially grow and become somewhere where I'm happy for my family's sake, I'll leave. And if a big club like Chelsea comes back for me, I will have to go. He basically verbally said, come and get me please. And he actively said either in the summer or in the winter, he is interested in leaving for a big club. We know he's talking about Chelsea. We know what he's talking about. And we know he's trying to force this move out of Ajax. I saw Wesley Schneider comments the other day, and Schneider said, what on earth are you keeping him for? He can't pass forward. And this is where I ask you, do you want that at Chelsea Football Club? Do you want a DM that can't pass the ball? Do you want a DM that is going to slow us down and is purely there for the ugly stuff? Do you want a DM that is not mobile enough to get around the pitch, win the ball back, and have the passing range to fly it forward, rather than someone that's going to have to go backwards and sideways, backwards and sideways, backwards and sideways, and then everyone's going to moan. What do you want? That is the question. Personally, I don't think he's the solution. I've seen 3 games of him this season, have not left even one of them and said, you know what, kind of impressed. No, I'm not. Finally, a wonder kid is actively basically begging for Chelsea. So if you go into FM, if you go into FIFA, if you go and read some of the scouts that are reporting on talents around Europe, Arsen Zakharyan, Armenian born but Russian international, is one of them. He's a wonder kid. Yet Chelsea were actively trying to sign him in the summer, and Chelsea agreed a fee, agreed personal terms. The deal was meant to happen, but couldn't happen due to political reasons. Now, Arsen Zakharyan has come out and started speaking about it and said there's a Spanish team that is interested in him, lower rank. He's not interested in going. He only wants to play for Chelsea. Zenit want to buy him. He has no interest in moving to Zenit. And more importantly, he only wants to play for Chelsea. It is his dream, and his agent is working on it to get it done for January. He openly came out and sent out a gauntlet saying, I know who's playing in my position and I want to play above Raheem Sterling, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount. He went on and listed players, Conor Gallagher. And for me, what I like about this is a kid that actively knows what he's getting himself into. And this is a kid that's bow-footed, that can carry the ball well, has creativity. If you have not seen any footage of this kid, go and watch him on YouTube. He is absolutely class. Like, his talent level is one of a wonder kid, in the sense that he can take free kicks, he can create, he can score goals, he's direct. The only problem will be is how does he adjust and acclimatize to the UK, and more importantly, how does he acclimatize to the Premier League? Look, when you leave a country at a young age and go to another country, it's very hard to get used to it. It's very likely he's going to have to come over alone without his family, because he is going to have to be granted a work visa. And if you don't know, it's very difficult for people in Russia at the moment to visit the UK. So that's going to be very tough for him to come over, settle in, become comfortable in the UK and flourish. This is an investment for the long term. Whether he can make an impact this year, whether this deal is even going to be allowed to happen by the FA or even the international bodies, we don't know, because Chelsea can't give money to Dinamo at this moment in time. Swift will not allow it. Swift is the company used to transfer money in between different countries, all right? And Swift have removed Russia from the services. So this is very interesting. It's a very messy situation. It's one that I've been tracking and I find it very fascinating. But guys, this is the Kavkas View. What can I say? It's been a tough weekend. It's been a weekend of reflection. It's been a weekend of reality checks. And it's been a weekend of we're screwed if we don't win the game against Arsenal next week. Because title race was never on. We could have fooled ourselves. We could have had optimism from our historical standpoint where we believe. In reality, if we don't win next week, we are going into a situation where Newcastle is a must win. And if Newcastle beat us, they could be 7 points clear come the World Cup. And that is a messy situation to be in. So we're going to trust the boys. We've got a little pit stop against Zagreb. And it's not going to be a big game. But it's one that way we're going to see youngsters. And after that, we've got a big game against Arsenal. And that's where we need to turn up. We need to be good. We need to be smart. And we need to be on our top game. So hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Back Potter for now until he loses our faith. Or until he earns it and we start believing him. And we absolutely invest into this man. But it's a two-way streak. We give you faith. We want to see results at the same time. We do not want to just give you blind faith and optimism. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm off. Thank you very much for watching.